are new to Toastmasters, who have no idea, where this is your first visit, let me give you an idea what language evaluation is. Language evaluation is where someone, which in this case me, observes the entire meeting and jot down every good word usage and grammatical mistakes that everyone mentioned and provide suggestions on how we can improve them, and also emphasize what are the good word usage that were mentioned throughout the day. Okay, so starting off with some of the good word usage. I thought eat leisurely. Leisurely is one good word that you could, so leisurely in a relaxed pace, very calm, you're taking your time, so leisurely, that's an adverb. Inevitable means unavoidable. So if something that is unavoidable is inevitable. Do I need to write it down? No. Okay. Okay. So evolution of personality and experience. I thought that was a great phrase. Evolution, that means you're evolving, you're changing yourself, you're improving. So there's an evolution of personality and experience. Utilize is also a good word. Utilize means use. Okay, so if you want to use, you can use another word, which is utilize. And then another word is also sympathy. Now sympathy is a shared feeling. So if someone has lost someone, if for example you're grieving, someone is grieving, or someone failed on something and he feels sad, you feel sorry, then you could say I sympathize with you, I share your feeling, I know how I really feel that way too, I feel sad as well. Now there's another word called empathy. Now empathy is more of understanding, like you know how it feels, or you know how to be, how is it like to be in that situation. It's not necessarily that you feel sad as well, but it's just knowing that I know how hard is it to be in that position. So there's a difference there. Sympathize is shared feeling. Empathy is understanding the situation, understanding what kind of difficulty is that person going through. Now, oath is a great word. Oath, which means promise. You make an oath, but then it's like, I'm not saying like, I'm gonna make an oath to you. It's like, I'm gonna make you a promise. Like, more of a casual conversation is promise, but if it's something that's formal, like you're pledging to your your country, so you're making an oath to your country. So oath is more like formal, and then promise is more like a casual, informal conversation. I love the white coat ceremony. That's a new term for me. So white coat ceremony, it's basically the robe that the doctors wear, the white robe, the white coat they wear. So white coat ceremony marks the student's transition from the study of preclinical to clinical health sciences. I love the word moreover. I mean, I like in Toastmasters, we need to use a lot of transition words. So in addition, additionally, so another word that you can use is moreover. Someone mentioned about 小鲜肉. So I looked that up, and there's a couple of words that you can use. Young hunk. So young, so 小鲜肉 has to be young, right? If it's not young, then it's not 小鲜肉 anymore. If it's a bachelor, he's a bachelor, right? So it's like a young and hunk, H-U-N-K. Hunk is like a piece of chunk of, muscular thing. So young hunk. So if you want to mention anyone that's capturing your heart, you find him or her very attractive, you can say heart throbbing. So heart throb, T-H-R-O-B, throb. Or if you want to do it more sexual, in a very sexual manner, it's like a hottie. So he's a hottie. Wow. So here's a masculine man, natural man. So it's like have that sexual connotation inside it. So moving over to okay, there's one pronunciation, dessert and desert. So if you pronounce it slowly, that's desert, which means there's a place where there is plenty of sand. Okay, and then dessert is something that everyone likes. Okay. Now moving on to grammatical corrections that we can do throughout the day is costless. Somebody mentioned about costless. I'm not sure if you're studying German, but costless is not really the way that we would express it in English. Free or affordable is better. Free, affordable, cheap. PPT is something that we only use here in Taiwan. So PPT, we all know what that is, but if you mention that to a foreigner, they have no idea what are you talking about. So preferably you use PowerPoint or slides. Now think deeply. Someone mentioned about think deeply. Now there's nothing wrong with think deeply, but there is a word that we can use to express these two words together. So ponder, P-O-N-D-E-R. P-O-N-D-E-R means you think deeply. You think you consider a lot of factors while making your decision or analyzing things. You ponder, you contemplate, you examine, or you mull over. Now somebody mentioned about a double-sided blade. That's a double-edged sword. So it's a double-edged sword, not a double-sided blade. I know it's a direct translation of Chinese terms, but in English, it's the word that we use or the phrase that we use is double-edged sword. 2 years ago, it was my first time to come to the U.S. Now you're in Taiwan, and U.S. is far over on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. So it's visit or go instead of come. Come is someone is coming to you. But if it's on the other side of or if it's somewhere where you are not, then it's go or visit. Somebody mentioned about not healthy to your body. Again, you could shorten that to it's either not healthy or you're basically telling us you're eating junk food. So junk food is something that's not healthy. First time I got 100 score. First time I scored 100 on my exam. Somebody mentioned about my stomach is aching. You can use another word for that. My stomach was churning. So it's like it's aching, but it's like it's upside down. You're feeling agitated, irritated. So churning, C-H-U-R-N, churn. Gangshi is Hong Kong style, and bubble tea, bubble milk tea. And what else? I think that is. I think everyone has a good command of English today, and congratulations.
Okay,
Let's welcome
thank
back our
you,
Joe
thank you,
Valley.
thank you.